Thursday marked the 27th day since 29-year-old former Marine Lance James was seen. The last confirmed sighting of Lance was after a bar fight on December 2nd at the Hideaway Tavern in Clementon, New Jersey. His family, friends, or his roommates haven't heard anything from him since. Now, last week I went out with the Clementon Police Department along with the Camden County Office of Emergency Management to search the woods in Clementon Park and lakes for clues with a drone, but nothing significant was found that day or since the day he went missing. Thursday, I visited his last known residence, which is right behind me, a short walk from the bar that he was last seen at. Now, a roommate of Lance's opened the door. We talked a little bit about how he has been in the past few months.
He had problems like everybody else. He's nice to be around. He did drink, so they were temperamental, but I never personally had a problem with him.
She also told me that it was completely out of character for Lance to do something like this.
He was a creature of habit.
He was very regimented in the way he ran his life, doing the same things on the same days, such as food shopping and eating and going out even, presumably from his military time. Then I ran into his landlord, who actually lives behind the building. He spoke to me off camera, stating similar issues with alcohol, to the point that Lance was actually not allowed to consume alcohol in the house behind me at all. Now, the landlord also told me that he finds it hard to believe that Lance would just up and leave like this, like a lot of other people, because Lance really cared about his paychecks, and he basically lived beyond paycheck to paycheck, is what the landlord told me, spending a lot of his money right when he got his checks. And he also took a backpack with him pretty much anywhere he went longer than a day. That backpack is still in that house behind me, and so is his last paycheck. So he's left his phone, his jacket at the bar, his paycheck, his backpack back at the house behind me. Now, his sister Jessica, I spoke to her again.
We spent our entire day on Facebook, on news, on information, talking to each other, like we've spent the last 27 days. All we do is we sit online and we try to talk to everybody that we can. We've got family and friends going out to the areas, talking to people, trying to spread the word as much as we can, following up on any leads that's being passed to us. So that's how our Christmas was spent.
Now, the police, talked to them today, they have no new information. They're just as stumped as the people closest to Lance are. The basic question that I get from everybody here in this case is, how can a man just disappear into thin air in such a tiny, quiet town? That's the question everybody's looking for an answer to. There's a $5,000 reward raised by the family for anybody with information leading to Lance.
But I definitely have to point out that when you've been drinking, your body is less able to fight off the cold air. And obviously it's middle of the night, it's early December, it was probably pretty cold. We can figure out exactly what temperature it was, but our police, when I heard you telling the story, first I thought maybe there's some foul play here. There was a bar fight, he left his jacket behind, he disappeared. But the other side of it is, you leave your jacket behind in the bar, you're gonna be cold. You're inebriated, you could fall down or have an episode in the woods. Maybe that's where he is. Maybe he's between the house and the bar somewhere, that he's, became overcame by the elements, and we don't know where he is.
You said they had drones out looking for him. Have they dredged any of the lakes? Have they gone through into the water? Have they had divers?
The fact that it's actually winter right now, the lake next to Clementon Park where I was last week, it's got a dam in there, so they lowered it down to about 2 feet. They scoured the entire lake, all the woods around there. But, there's still a lot of high brush. There's a lot of areas you can't really reach on foot. Not a lot of areas that, drones are great, but drones don't see everything either.